Hey guys, TJ Lord here, and today I've got a quick video just in response to a comment a subscriber left a few days ago asking, could you explain how you can make music that stands out? So I'm guessing what he means is like how to make music that people want to listen to, people think's unique, original, interesting, and stuff that probably labels want to sign, stuff like that. Now, before I get into this, disclaimer, this is just my opinion, and it's very subjective, very subjective thing. What one person might think is amazing and stands out, another person might think is hot garbage. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. These are just my opinions. I'm not looking to offend anyone or tell you that I'm right and they're wrong. Okay, so let's get into it. So first of all, it's a very subjective thing, right? What I personally think stands out to me is going to be different to what someone else thinks. So you can't really talk about like, oh yeah, you need a really good melody or you need really good production or a good kick drum because there's been plenty of tracks that don't have melodies that do really well and stand out for some people. There's been plenty of tracks that literally just have two channels and do really well and stand out for some people. And there's tracks that are like fully stacked, highly produced like pop music, and that stands out. And yet all of those things also can be hot garbage to some people and doesn't stand out, just becomes noise. So over the years of myself making music, I've come across probably two books that would definitely help with this. One is, and I got this from Ill Gates, but there's a book by Seth Godin called The Purple Cow. You might have heard of it. And the idea with The Purple Cow is it's a book about marketing, but you can apply it to anything if you're wherever you're trying to stand out in. So what The Purple Cow is essentially, let's say, you're driving down a country road and there's fields on either side of you and there's cows and there's sheep and there's chicken and it's just farmland. You don't really take it in. It's just like, yeah, I've seen cows before. I'm not really even going to register that. Um, but then something catches your eye and you see a purple cow, like a cow purple. And you're like, what the fuck? You probably stop your car, you probably call your mates, and you take a few pictures and put them on Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah, it's because it's a purple cow. Now this cow isn't any different to a regular cow. Still produces milk, still the same size, still lives the same amount of time, still lives on a farm, doesn't fly or anything. It's just purple. It's yeah, it's just different. It's just remarkable in that way, and that stands out because it's so much different. It's so different. So your kind of music has to be purple cow, but that's like tricky to do. You're saying, well, should I just try random shit until something sticks? Like, well, maybe, but I don't know if that would be that fulfilling or fun for you. I certainly wouldn't like to just do that. I know there probably are businesses who follow the purple cow method who do stuff like that. They just throw loads of ideas out there until something sticks. Another example you could use is like, let's say you go to buy some chocolate and all the chocolate you can see in the packaging or on the packaging it's like a brown or a white color, which is very common. Dark chocolate's like black, and then milk chocolate's like brown, and white chocolate's white, right? But let's say you're going through the shopping aisle and a piece of chocolate is green. You're going to be like, I have to try this out. It might taste like crap. It might taste amazing. It's not really the point why you're buying it. You're not buying it for its feature, for its function. You're buying it because it's remarkable. This is the difference, right? So if you want to make outstanding music that stands out, then you need to think about how to make it remarkable rather than good. And that's probably going to turn some people the wrong way because they might make a very specific type of genre, or they might try to emulate their favorite artists, and they're like, well, you're telling me now that I need to just go do stuff that's purple cow. And again, like I said at the start, it's really up to you what you want to do. These are just my opinions. You can have a lot of success by not being purple cow, of course. But there's a quote from Brian Eno I really like that I've stuck with that sort of relates to this, is that like, imagine you're an archer and you're trying to hit a bullseye. Now, it might take a lot of skill, a lot of training, a lot of time, resources, and even money to get good enough to hit that bullseye. However, you can have no skill, no experience, no time, no resource, no money, and you can just shoot the arrow, and wherever it lands, draw the bullseye around it. And the idea with this is like instead of trying to enter a marketplace by being the best that's already been dominated, for example, someone like Martin Garrix has already dominated the EDM scene, or Skrillex has already dominated that scene. Instead of trying to be better than them, which is going to take you years of honing your craft, years of skill, and all that, time and resources as well. And then after that, you might be good enough, might not. It's a risk. Although, if you just shoot your arrow, then build a bullseye around it, essentially what you're saying is, I'm going to make what I think's cool. It might have its own genre, it might not. It might just be like a weird version of tech house or something. But it's what I think's cool. And then you build your audience from there, and that's what building the bullseye around it is. You build something, no one likes it at first, and then you build your audience around that. And that's one way to make something that stands out. If you look at someone like Burial or Fortet, they make very interesting, weird house music. It's not even house music, is it? Sometimes just like its own thing. But yeah, I mean, you just have to create something that's different from the status quo, something that's Purple Cow, something, and it doesn't need to be good. This is the thing, like the Purple Cow's milk isn't any better than the regular cow's, but he's purple, so it's remarkable. And how this might translate is, you can have songs that are truly like interesting and outstanding and remarkable, yet they're not that well produced. You think about that song, ass titties, ass and titties. That's like a drum machine and a really cheesy vocal loop, and it's not that well produced, and it's not like amazing, and yet people play it all the time. Doja Cat did a song called Cow, which is just like Moo, I'm a cow, and that's basically all the lyrics are. It's not the most, technical, masterful piece of engineering or anything like that, but millions of streams. So, yeah. Second book I recommend is How to Steal Like an Artist. And again, this book will probably rub people the wrong way because it talks about, contradictory to what I just talked about, actually, there is no original music. Everything is stolen, everything is a copy, everything is a rehash. The biggest artists in the world, like David Bowie, he has admitted that, he just takes all his best ideas from other people, from people that are, from the 50s and stuff like that. Like, the Beatles did this as well. The Beatles started out as a cover band, and everything they learned was just they copied the chords and the melodies and the lyrics from other songs. And when they decided that they were going to make their own songs, and the only reason why they made their own songs was so other cover bands couldn't copy them, so they had their own original material. And when they would build these songs, they'd just be like, I've not been in the room with them, obviously, so I don't know, but I imagine they'd just been like, oh, remember that chord from this song we used to cover? I think we should use that. And they're just stealing bits out of songs they know. And does the Beatles stand out? Yeah, I'd probably say so. They're probably seen as like the world's biggest band, right? So yeah, those are like the two books I would read if you want to learn about what makes things stand out. It's not going to be about production or mixing or sound design, although it can be. You can have remarkable sound design and have like not a well engineered track and still be remarkable. So it's a bit of a tricky one. Again, it's very subjective, and not everyone's going to agree on this point. But those are just my two recommendations you should read if you want to understand what makes things stand out. But yeah, hopefully this helps, and like and subscribe if you want more music production and philosophy/mindset tricks. Cheers. Bye bye.